Sherman, when a person yells caramba and cries, what is he doing?
Peeling Spanish onions?
No, he's watching a bullfight.
Is that what we're going to do, Mr. Peabody?
Well, we're not going to peel Spanish onions. Following my instructions, Sherman set the Wayback Machine for Cadiz, Spain in the year 1833. Before you could say ole, we were sitting inside a huge arena.
Here comes the matador, Mr. Peabody.
And out strode a handsome fellow bedecked in traditional bullfighting garb. A roar went up from the vast throng as a gate at the far end of the arena swung open, and out trotted a ferocious-looking bull. Dog.
That's not a bull.
We watched in utter dismay as the matador took a stick, threw it, and the bulldog retrieved it. This went on for an hour and a half, and then Sherman brought something to my attention.
You're asleep, Mr. Peabody.
Yes, so was the crowd in the arena. Leaving our seats, we quickly cornered the manager of the establishment.
So, senor, you don't think fetching this stick should be Spain's national sport?
I think bullfighting would be far more colorful.
That's true, but there is only one bull in this neck of the woods, and he won't come near this arena.
Lend me the services of your bravest matador, and we'll bring him back. Well, his bravest matador turned out to be one Porfirio Garbanza.
You leave it to me, senor. I will catch that bull.
With a butterfly net?
We left the net behind and should have done the same thing with Porfirio, for just on the outskirts of Cadiz...
There's the bull, Mr. Peabody, standing in the road.
And one, I might add, who has his dander up.
Then I will let his dandruff down.
Before I could stop him, Porfirio, or Porfirio, which I somehow prefer, approached the creature and told him off.
Senor Bull, it is for you to come into the arena and make with the bullfight.
Now, the bull was in a bad humor as it was, but when Porfirio chose that moment to pull out his red hanky, the bull sped off into the distance. We turned to Porfirio.
There's some bull thrower, eh?
Now we've got an even longer way to bring him back.
40 miles from Cadiz, we spotted our quarry standing in a meadow.
This time I get him for sure.
Yes, but this time keep the hanky in your trousers, please. And use subterfuge. Reason with him. Pretend he's your best friend.
Hello, Bull. Where's the 2 pesos you owe me? Tell you what, you pay me the money and I buy you a pair of socks just like these ones I got on.
And of course, the socks he had on were red.
Well, you scared him off again, Mr. Garbanza.
Why don't we try catching a jackass?
We already have one, senor. It took us 3 hours to catch up with the bull, and this time he was standing in the shade of a large tree.
This time I take off the red socks and throw the red hanky away.
We made him go even further.
But I could catch cold.
Just so long as you catch the bull.
Buenos dias, Bull. What's new? Say, how about a nice piece of fruit? Here, have an apple.
You guessed it. The apple was red. As the sun sank over the hills, so did our bull. 1 week later, some 400 miles from Cadiz, we discovered the bull sitting on the railroad tracks.
If he don't get off there, he's going to get hit by the Onions Pacific.
Sure enough, around the bend and bearing down hard came a fast freight train. Quick, Sherman, Porfirio, hop aboard as the train passes.
But what about the bull?
As I had surmised, the cowcatcher in front of the engine swept up the bull and carried him along.
Well, what do you know? The bully is on his way back to Cadiz.
Well, not for long he wasn't. We had the great misfortune to be stopped by a red light and...
Well, there he goes, heading into the city of Seville.
I told Sherman and Porfirio to go into Seville and wait for me while I stayed on the freight train and went back to Cadiz. There, in one of the larger gambling casinos...
21 red again. You keep this up, you are going to break the bank.
By applying calculus, Hector's arithmetic, and PS39 multiplication, I had amassed a fortune in no time.
One more win and you win the city of Cadiz.
Which, of course, was exactly what I was after. 21 red again.
Why not 21 black?
Well, it would simply ruin the color scheme of this whole story. Needless to say, 21 red came up and I owned the city.
Well, Senor Peabody, now that you own my arena, what are you going to do with it?
I'll give everything back to the city and your arena back to you if you move it to Seville.
You got a deal.
And thus, instead of the bull coming to the arena came to the bull. Spain, and Seville in particular, had its first bullfight.
Oh, my gosh, Mr. Peabody, look, that matador in the arena. It's a lady.
Yes, her name is Barbara. Not only the first female bullfighter, but the best of them all.
I never heard of her.
You have never heard of the Barbara of Seville?
Wait, Mr. Whoopi, I've got a riddle. What do they call a person who keeps borrowed books?
What's that? They said, what do they call a person who keeps borrowed books?
Oh,
They call him a bookkeeper.